haul, y'all. And we've got plans. Boy, do we have plans. Hi, welcome to my eclectic channel. My name is Agnes and I make videos for fun. A lot of them on sewing, which is what this is. I also have a growing playlist on French songs and a spattering of other things. What we have to work with is this blue chambray 90% cotton men's shirt. I went snooping around on Pinterest and I found this look. That's what we're going for. There's no guarantee that that's what we're going to end up with. I cut the shirt into its constituents and I was able to remove the front pocket without poking any holes into the fabric. I also have my pattern pieces and a fabric cutting layout that I detailed in the first part of this series. We're ready to cut a fabric. I've cut all my pieces and I'm ready for the assembly. So I've buttoned my two front panels as they're going to be, right side up. And then here I have the two panels that attach to it. The instructions for this pattern are very summarized, not a whole lot of details. So it took me some experimentation with my mock-up to figure out how the puzzle pieces came together. And what I've determined is that it looks weird, but this is going to create the curvature. This is what's going to form the bust, curvature of the bust. So these actually go like this. And on top we have the smooth neckline in the front of the dress. So yeah, these need to be pinned like this. And starting here and then just curving as it needs to be until they're together. As far as seam finish is concerned, I'll be using felled seams, but I'm not gonna finish my seams right now. I'm just gonna stitch the pieces together so I can do a fitting. So just straight stitching using a seam allowance of 1/2 inch. I also did a practice stitching on the scrap fabric, and I've determined that the regular needle, this fabric is slightly stretchy, but it's mostly like a woven, so it's my regular needle, and I'm using a tension of 6. That's the kind of thing that you need to experiment with. Do a test run on scrap fabric to see how you obtain the best stitches. I've assembled the front of the dress, again with essentially at this point almost paste stitching, not finishing the seams. Looks cute, doesn't it? Next I'm going to work on the back, and this is the back panel, the middle back, the two panels that get sewn together, and there's going to be the seam that goes down the middle of the back. The side that has more curvature, that's the middle back seam. The other side of the piece is more straight. That is not the back seam. So it is going to go, yeah, it's already good. So I'm going to stitch the side that has more curvature, and that would be the middle back seam. All right, I've stitched the back piece down the middle back, and now I want to add the side panels. So here, the way to tell which way they go, again, the instructions don't tell you, and the initial pattern pieces do not have markings. I have labeled mine. Which side is the side seam on, and which side do they attach to the middle panel? Where there's more curvature, that's the side seam. Kind of makes sense. It follows the curvature of the hips. And where there's less curvature, matches the side of the back panels that also had less curvature. So that's how they go. And I'll pin them right sides together and stitch. The back of the dress is all stitched, and here's the front. One striking thing here, at the bust we're roughly matching in terms of width, but at the waist not at all. My back is a lot wider than the front. This will mean that the side seams will not be side seams. One thing to do here is to do a size check. Let's see how much do I have altogether around the waist. So we got 33 in the front part. That is 2 centimeters shy of my current waistline. And then in the back, I've got 41. 33 plus 41. 74. That's generous ease. To assemble these two pieces along the side seams, I am going to base stitch and do a fitting. I did a fitting first on myself to be certain, and then I put the dress on my double, Tanya. Kind of sadly, the ease at the waist is where I want it. This is a fitted dress, but I don't want it to be bodycon. I don't do bodycon. So skimming, not tight. A couple more things that I saw because I did this fitting. So the waist is just right. My concern about the side seam not being on the side maybe was unfounded. I'm thinking that maybe, it's working, but I think the back side panel is not truly a back side panel. It's almost like a side panel. So it's got two seams on either side. One of them is towards the back of the body and the other one is towards the front. At any rate, it just falls into place. It's keeping everything everywhere it should. It does not look funny. It's good. I like it. So no concerns with where the seams fall. But a couple more fitting issues I found by trying it on. One is that we're gaping a little at the bust, and I don't want that. So I'm going to be taking in, make little darts of sorts right there at the princess seams in the front, and that would make it so that it lies across the top, snug. That's one part where I do want the dress to be snug. Another thing that comes out obvious, I hope you can see that on camera, is the skirt. I kind of knew that from my mock-up. It's not quite right. I did already reduce some of the A-line, but it's still, I think it's supposed to be maybe more flowy, or it's just not working. So on the sides, very nice. In the back, perfect. But in the front, no. So I'm going to be repinning this and reworking those princess seams down where the skirt is. So those are the two things: the bust darts, or in this case it's just modifying the seam allowance. And this is also a seam allowance issue here. I think this will be harder, might take a few iterations. And we'll work on that next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.